That is where the new BassGeek fishing cave will be. Alright, so yeah, I've been gone for a little bit. Videos have been hit and miss. But again, I stress to you guys, working on the house, and as you can hear, I got the crud. No, it ain't the real bad crud or whatever that stuff is. But, you know, got a little bit of lung infection, a little bit of head cold, got the junk. Nothing serious, but I'm trying to rest up because I've been working on the house, trying to keep it from getting very serious. But what I got for you today is an unboxing. Like I said, the house is coming along. I'm excited, man, because of the traffic noise, you know, being here. We're gonna have an actual fishing room, a little man cave in there, where we're gonna do a lot of filming, a lot of how-tos, a lot of really cool stuff gonna be in the man cave. We'll kind of do a little step-by-step process, and I'll even get some recommendations from you all about how I want to set up my room. So, you know, we'll kind of do a start to finish little bass cave layout, and I'll get some input from you all. But for now, let's talk about this Flambeau Fish USA Tackle Warehouse unboxing. And so, one of the very first things we're going to start with is the Flambeau. They sent me 2 pretty awesome boxes the other day. These boxes are really going to help me kind of, you know, for the past year or two, what I've really been trying to do is whittle down what I take with me on the boat, so that I can keep my boat lighter, so that I can go faster, so that it handles better, the whole 9 yards, right? Plus, I don't have so much crap in the boat that it becomes hard to find. So, these 2 boxes, I believe, are going to help me do that. Now, this is the crankbank, and they are waterproof, and you can fit some pretty good sized stuff in here. And this is the Z-Rust Max. Now, everything in this, guys, as always, there'll be links to everything in the description. Make sure you go check it out. Most of them I don't make anything off of. They're not even affiliate links. So, you know, use them if you want to. But basically what these are, and what's really cool about them, is that they're nice little, and these are Z-Rust coated, so they're going to keep you from rusting. So you can put your crankbaits in here. You know, you're not going to be able to get, say, your big, your massive diving deep cranks, but right here is a prime example. You know, these are some of my Rapalas. These are the shad wrap, or shadow wraps, sorry. And these are the deep divers, and they've got the long bills on them. So, you know, really, you know, how many of these things am I going to take? Just a few colors most of the time when I'm looking for certain, you know, when I'm fishing a certain lake. So I can really whittle down the crankbaits, the jerk baits, maybe even some topwaters that I'm going to take for that one individual day. So again, it is waterproof. That's something else I absolutely love. And the clips are very durable. So that's the crankbank. This is super cool. This is the blade crate. Now, what's great about this is you basically, it's like a file folder, you know, or a filing cabinet. You can hang, in each one of these, you can hang spinner baits or bladed jigs. So, you know, your favorite spinner baits, your favorite, you know, chatter baits, literally will just hang in here, and you can just file right through them. Again, Z-Rust Max. So the great thing about it is you get those skirts, let them dry out just a little bit as always, or you'll ruin the skirt. But you can put them right in here and not have to worry about those hooks, those blades, or those metal components rusting on you. Z-Rust Max from Flambeau. I'm going to set this to the side. This is a Fish USA order. We're going to talk about that last. This is something that you guys may not know about, and it's something that I love and I've been using for the past 2 years and haven't told anyone. So we're going to jump right into the tackle warehouse order, and we're going to jump right into the tackle warehouse order with this. This is the Dobbins. This is the Colt series. This is the cheapest rod that Dobbins made. And so I wanted to give it a try. You know, you hear a lot of good stuff about Dobbins. I've never actually used a Dobbins rod. So I thought, hey, since I lost my buzzbait rod, and let's face it, guys, I don't care what anybody tells you, you don't need a super sensitive rod for a buzzbait, okay? Just don't. Now, one of the very first things I always do, guys, you'll see, is I go out and I buy me also a cover from TRC Covers. The very first thing I always do on my rods and reels, and one of the biggest reasons why is because when I'm fishing a buzzbait, sometimes I'm going to be fishing from the bank, and you can see this tip. There's foam up in here. It's really going to keep your tip safe. Really does take a lot. They don't just slide right off. You have to kind of pop them off, so they're just not sliding off on you when you're out there on the shoreline going from place to place. And of course, like I always say, protect your investment. Best rod tip protection in the business, hands down, no doubt about it. But anyway, let's talk about the rod. You know, not a full review, just a first impression. And I'll be honest with you, the inlays, the color, the handle, you know, just the whole layout, very impressive. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Tatula series rods. You know, you can feel the ribs of the rod as it gets farther out. They didn't really coat it. So it's a super light rod. Really a little soft, so I'm wondering how that's going to work. You know, with my buzzbaits, I tend to like maybe a little stiffer rod. A lot of guys go to that little softer rod, but this is a 7-foot. This is the Colt series again by Dobbins. This is a 7-foot. I think they retail for about 75 bucks. So under 100 bucks. Get you a Dobbins for under 100 bucks. This is a 7-foot medium heavy fast action. Really good looking rod as far as the design goes. So I can't wait to get out and give this a try. Now, there was a little snafu. I actually did get me an SLX, but here's the problem. I don't know if Tackle Warehouse sent me the wrong one. More than likely I ordered the wrong one because I want a 7-speed or greater for my buzzbait rod, preferably like a 7.5. But this is the SLX, the Shimano SLX, but they sent it to me in a 6.3 to 1. Now, that's not bad. I've got 100 different uses for a 6.3 to 1. So probably what I'm going to do is put a different reel on this rod. But this reel right here, we are going to test it out. I really like how light it is. So we're going to find out how durable it is. First SLX I've tried out, so I can't wait to put it on something. You know, may put it on something like may put it on one of my smaller swim bait rods, which I like a 6.3 speed, 6.3, 6.5 out of that. We all know with me, I'll get a lot of use out of it. So I might put that on one of my smaller swim bait rods, my underspin rod, and we'll see what happens. So 6.3 to 1, we'll give that a try, and I'll give you my honest opinion. I'm really, you know, guys, in the $100 mark area, to me, I compare everything to the LURES LFS. The LURES LFS to me is a workhorse. I mean, I've got, I don't know how many of them, and they're really a durable, good reel. Are they great? Are we going to compare them to 150 or 200 or 300? No. But a $100 reel is by far, that is the best bang for the buck reel I've ever used. All right, as always, we're going to get the Tackle Warehouse shirt. Now, a few things that I got for fall, a few things that I got for winter, but I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I was just out of from the summer. So some of the stuff, you know, I realized that I didn't have, and that I was running super low on white and black frogs, like the go-to colors, right? So what I did is I picked up a bunch of different versions of white and black frogs. So, both in the popping and in your straight normal frog. For example, here's the Booyah Bait Company Pad Crasher. I love these things. Here's a River to Sea. This is the Spit and Wah. That is the 55. That's in a white. Again, all the, you know, colors and everything will be down in the description. This is a Spit and Chug, or a Spit and Wah, and this is the 70, so a little bit bigger. We did pick up good old Spro. Hard to go wrong with the Spro. And I like to, you know, get a couple of walking baits because there's not a lot of grass out there. Spro's a good bait to walk. The Bully Wahs, you'll see here in just a second, are good baits to walk. And so are the Pad Crashers. So here's your Pad Crasher, got that in white. That's albino. And that's just your standard frog there. This is the Poppin' Pad Crasher there. That color is Cricket. Got the white Poppin' frog from Spro. Here's another Pad Crasher. Call that the Night Train. Another Spro in albino. Got another Poppin' Wah or Spittin' Wah. That's another 55 in poison. Here's a little bigger version. This is just dirty white, Spittin' Wah. So we got some smaller frogs, which was something that I didn't actually have a lot of at all. This is the Pad Crasher Junior. Good looking little bait there in, I believe, Night Train. Got me one in Green Pumpkin. For whatever reason, that color tends to work on some of the clearer lakes. Really got to keep it moving. Got me another one in white, the albino. Again, Pad Crasher. And then got me a Spro. This is Green Pumpkin, and this is the popper, the bronze eye pop. And this is also a popper, and this is, I believe, in their Midnight. And this is the bronze eye pop 60. Then, of course, I got me a couple of the Bully Wahs, which are really good walking frogs. The Bully Wah 2s, and that is the 65 and the 55. These are both in coot. All right, so that's it for kind of the summer stuff. You know, that stuff's kind of already past or getting ready to end. So now we're going to really talk about some baits that I love during the fall. If you haven't seen the swim bait video, you need to go back and watch how I use these. Here are two, and these are basically the Gizzard shad, which is my favorite color to throw. These are the Triton Mike. These are by Ketchco. These are the Ketchco versions. They are 3.75, and that is the bull shad. Man, when they are busting top water, you can throw that out there and work it real hard. Like I said, go back and watch that video, the swim bait video, and you will see why. What about got stung right there? Literally had a yellow jacket in the palm of my hand. All right, now you'll also see in that video something else I like, which is the big S waivers as we get into later fall around cover. Docks, laydowns, standing timber, great bait for those situations as we get a little bit into that mid to later fall. Great bait for that. These are the big boys. Now, you know, if you're around smallmouth, the 168s I think they are, These are the 200s. So these are the 200s. These are if you're really looking for those big bites, and late in the fall you can get them with those. Now we start talking about as we get cold. I'm going to show you two things that I really enjoy in the fall right now once the fall feed really gets cranked up, and that is my Spro Little Johns, my Little John MD50s. Now this is probably one of my favorite colors. It's Root Beer Chartreuse. Now these things dive to I think it's 7 to 9 feet, so a good diving depth for the types of water that I fish. I'll throw them up in a foot and work them down. They're flat sided, so they're really good in clear water situations, or in situations where you don't want a big wide summer wobble. These Little Johns are impressive. They'll catch them for you. You should, especially that color right there. As you can tell, I got 2 of those. Then this is another good color in the fall. This is just the green pumpkin. It's kind of a green pumpkin craw, got that orange belly. This is a little more of a spring color, but we're gonna go ahead and throw that red craw in there, which is fire craw. Now we're gonna get in to some winter fishing. Maybe, more or less, some late fall fishing. These I really like, again, when they're chasing those small shad out on the points. Right around the time I start to fish the Damiki rig, this bait will also come into play. So these are the Damiki Vaults. Now, these are little blade baits, and they are impressive. Got 3 holes, you can fish them a lot of different ways. These things are 1/2 ounce basically, and they are 2.2 inches long. So they will get the job done. That first color, sorry, some incredible colors too. The first color was Halo Real Shad. This second color is Black Halo, which is one of my favorite colors. This is one of my favorite smallmouth colors, Halo Cyber Purple. And this is just kind of a straight color, Halo Silver. Just a good, normal, everyday blade bait color, right? Now, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to put this stuff up, and I'm going to show you a couple of baits that you may have never seen before. So I got these at Fish USA. They do have them at Tackle Warehouse. They're pretty much sold out of the colors that I want. So I went looking elsewhere. This is a big bait for me for the past 2 years in the fall, especially chasing some smallmouth in East Tennessee. This is a small bait. It mimics the shad very well that these smallmouth love to chase, and that's the small little thread fins. So I discovered these, and a big shout out to Watson's Marine. They actually turned me on to these, and these are the Jackal riser baits. Now these little things are bad A, if you know what I'm saying. They've got a little lip on them, which allows them to rise, and what I love about them, I will tell you this, the lip itself. I'll take a black Sharpie and paint that lip black on there, okay? Just don't like the silver of it. Just looks a little unnatural on the head. So what I'll do is a lot of times take a Sharpie and paint that little lip black. This is the 007R, the bone white, of course. It's a topwater bait. It's a walking bait. But you have to throw it out. I throw it on spinning gear. I'll do a complete how-to on this, hopefully here within the next week or 2. Like I said, I'm sick. Getting out on the water is a little iffy right now. And the whole house thing, which, God, I'd like to get that done. But These are awesome, and what I love about them is they actually sink. So they got that lip, it's like a reverse lip. When you throw them out there, you're going to want to stop it. You're going to want to start reeling and get it up, and it'll actually walk on the top. Now, if they start chasing it and they miss it, sometimes you can actually stop it. And what I love to do with it is stop it for just, it just takes a split second. Let it drop and let it come right back to the top. Stop, drop, top, stop, drop, top. It looks like a bait fish fleeing for its life. No other bait I've ever seen can do that but this. It is incredible. So that's the bone color. Here we've got the bone color again. Again, this is an 07R. These are my favorite colors to throw. This, again, the 07R. This is the Mirror Wagasagi. Anyway, another good looking color. Got a little bit of gold on it, a little bit of blue, a little bit of purple, a little translucent. And for smallmouth, you know you've got to get, this is the 007R2. This is the chartreuse back pearl. It's got a little bit of purple in it, a little bit of chartreuse. You're fishing for smallmouth, that's a go-to must-have. So make sure you check those out. Those things can really be killer when they're chasing those little tiny 2-3 inch, and these things right here, I think they are lengthwise, they're 2.75 inches, less than 3 inches. Good looking little baits, and you'll be amazed. Throw them on some spinning reel, a spinning setup, and preferably a faster spinning reel. It'll help you keep it up. You'll cast them a mile too. All right, that is it for this. Guys, I appreciate you bearing with me. I appreciate you hanging in there. I am super sorry that I'm not getting out on the water. Like I said, the house is just wearing me down. Housework, and now on top of it, a little bit of bronchitis, chest cold going on, whatever this is. You know, it's just that time of year. As always, guys, everything will be in the description below. I'll have links to all this stuff. By the way, check it out. The new BassGeek shirts. Don't know if you guys had seen this version. This is the BassGeek Nation, the BassGeek Pride on the back. Make sure you go check them out, guys. There's stickers, there's coffee mugs, there's pretty much anything you can imagine out there. Please go check them out. And as always, questions and comments in the comment section below. You guys know I love to talk fishing with you. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, you guys rock.